There is something satisfying about spending a Sunday afternoon sudsing up your car, but that thick, soapy sponge you're dragging across the hood is often damaging the paint. Under a harsh glare, you can see the result: hundreds of microscopic trenches carved directly into the surface. Car care specialist Daniel Carter has spent over a decade researching automotive paint protection. His research indicates that most paint damage doesn't come from road salt or the sun. It comes from the friction of a standard hand wash. This diagram shows the anatomy of a micro-abrasion. When you scrub away dirt with the wrong tools, you are grinding abrasive particles directly into the fragile clear coat. Over time, this dulls the finish and eats into the vehicle's resale value. Protecting the paint requires a specific chronological process. By following these steps in order, you can achieve a showroom shine while minimizing the risk of new scratches. Aligning these operations correctly is designed to isolate contaminants at every stage, helping to maintain the clear coat's integrity throughout the life of the vehicle. The process starts before water hits the car. Parking in a shaded, cool environment prevents metal panels from heating up. If the surface is hot, soapy water can flash dry, baking hard mineral deposits onto the paint before you have a chance to rinse. Standard household dish soap is formulated to break down heavy grease, which means it can also strip away your car's protective wax layer. Instead, professionals use pH-neutral automotive shampoos designed to lift dirt without harming the existing finish. Rather than starting at the roof, this method begins with the wheels and the engine bay. The engine bay accumulates oil and road grime that requires a dedicated degreaser. However, before spraying, you must cover sensitive electrical components, like the battery terminals and alternator, to prevent moisture damage. Tackling these high grime areas first ensures that brake dust and engine oil won't splash onto the cleaner panels of the car later in the process. To prevent cross-contamination during the main wash, the two-bucket method is used to manage dirt transfer. This side-by-side comparison shows the mechanics of the wash. In a single bucket system, you lift dirt off the car and immediately mix it back into your cleaning solution. The two-bucket method uses one bucket for soapy water and a second for rinsing your mitt, physically separating the debris from the clean suds. A plastic grit guard at the bottom of the rinse bucket adds a secondary layer of protection. When you dunk the wash mitt, abrasive particles detach and sink through the grate, where they remain trapped at the bottom, so the water at the top stays clear. Standard sponges can trap dirt against the paint. Replacing them with a wicker fiber wash mitt allows the deep fibers to pull debris up and away from the surface during each pass. Washing in straight, overlapping lines rather than circular motions helps minimize the appearance of swirl marks that are often visible in direct sunlight. Managing the physics of dirt transfer is what separates a routine wash from a professional level detail. Once the car is rinsed, it should not be left to air dry. As water evaporates, it leaves behind minerals that can etch into the clear coat and form permanent water spots. The pat dry method involves gently pressing a plush microfiber towel flat onto the wet panels to absorb moisture without dragging it across the paint. For tight areas like door handles or emblems, forced air can clear trapped water instantly. A dry car needs protection from the environment. While carnauba wax provides a warm shine, liquid ceramic coatings offer a durable hydrophobic shield that helps the clear coat repel UV rays and water. Inside the car, glass cleaner should be sprayed directly onto a microfiber towel rather than the windshield. This prevents chemical overspray from landing on the dashboard and causing spotting. These finishing steps provide the sealant that protects the work of the wash and prepares the vehicle for the road. Even with careful maintenance, some scratches are inevitable. Light surface scratches, faint marks that only affect the top layer of the clear coat, can typically be buffed out at home using a polishing compound. This split-screen visual shows where DIY repair ends. A shallow clear coat scratch is manageable, but a deep gouge that exposes bare metal or catches your fingernail requires professional paint correction. Maintaining this finish requires a routine. A maintenance wash every 2 weeks clears away contaminants, while a deep detail every 3 to 6 months re-establishes the protective layers. As automotive technology evolves, new options like self-healing paint protection films can provide additional defense, allowing minor surface marks to vanish when exposed to heat. Consistent car care is about more than aesthetics. It is a practical method for preserving the safety, appearance, and long-term value of your vehicle.